What does it mean to have good character? Character is a word that is used so much, so what does it mean? Some people think it means not having anything on your criminal record. Some people think it means donating to charity, helping people less fortunate than you. But I think character is something really broad. Character encapsulates a lot of things. And I'm going to talk about one thing I think it means. So some people say, oh, character is how you act when no one is watching. That is a brilliant point. We all have an incentive to act well, to be our best possible version of ourselves in front of others. We want others to think we're good people. We act kind towards others. We compliment other people's shoes and all that, you know. We give them nice handshakes, pats on the backs, knuckle touch. But I think that in addition to that, character is how you act when things are not going your way. When things are going your way, think about how you act. Do you have any incentive to act poorly, to conduct yourself in a rude, disrespectful, annoying, obnoxious, impatient manner? No, you don't. Things are going your way. Think about it. You just got an A+ on the test. You just got a new boyfriend or girlfriend or wife, husband. You just got a gigantic raise and a promotion at work. Everyone you pass by is telling you how beautiful you look. You know, you just won the lottery. You're having a great time. You're not going to put other people down. You're not going to want to act short with people or impatient with people when you get the opportunity. You're going to be kind to people, and you're going to be kind to people because you're happy. And that inner happiness, you want to share it with people. You know, you don't want to put other people down. When you're winning in life, you feel like treating other people well. What type of psychopath goes out and treats other people poorly when they're doing well in life? There are very few people like that. It's when you're doing not so well that there's a little bit of a question as to whether or not you're incentivized to treat people well. I believe there is an incentive to treat people well when you're not doing well, but that people of the best character tend to have that incentive. People who don't have quite as good character, they tend to take out their hard times on others. Their hard times, you know, the breakup, the divorce, the promotion they didn't get and that some other schmuck who's less qualified than them got. The unfair grade they got on their exam from their professor or teacher. The unfair parking ticket maybe. Stuff like that, just that daily life problem that is irking you, and those problems that add up, they get you mad, they get you hardened, they get you sick of life, they get you sick of other people. And so when you're out in the general public, you might be short with people, you know? You might be pissy, you might walk fast, you walk around with a pissed off face, you snap at a retail worker because maybe they're taking a little too long with their line if they're a cashier, they screwed up your order or something like that, and you yell at them and act like, you know, what they call a Karen. You demand a special discount. Stuff like this spirals out of control. When things are not going well for you, it can spiral out of control if you're not careful. But I think that when things are not going well for you, it's a golden opportunity to treat others well. Take a moment, take a beat, take a pause. Recognize that although you're going through hard times, those hard times will pass. And you know what else? Other people go through hard times as well. They might not be going through them right now, but they might have gone through them in the past, and they probably will go through them in the future. Recognize that other people suffer in ways similar to you, that you wouldn't want them to take their anger out on you. You wouldn't want them to be sad and mad and take their resentment out on the rest of the world. You don't want them to suffer at all, and you don't want yourself to suffer at all. So be kind to them, because you recognize that they could suffer the same things as you. They could suffer worse things than you. A family member of theirs could get diagnosed with a terminal illness. You have to think of what's going on in other people's lives. Other people could mask it up very well, and you know what? They're good at that because you don't have a crystal ball. You can't see them at all times. So for all you know, they could have just won the lottery. They could have just gotten with the man or woman of their dreams. They could have just gotten the A+ from their professor, a promotion at work. Everything could be going peachy keen for them, but they just mask it up. But some people struggle with depression. Some people struggle with mental health problems. Some people are melting on the inside, even though they don't show it on the outside. Be considerate of that. And when you take out your anger on other people who you don't know, strangers, you could really be harming them more than you think because of their internal struggles. Who knows? Who knows if that rude thing you say to them, or you know, that sharpness that you throw at them, that caustic behavior of yours, who knows if that's the last straw and they snap, they go home and just take it out on their animal or their children or something like that. It all adds up. So draw the line. Draw the line, say, I am not going to be the one to pass on this negative energy. This negative energy will pass. It doesn't take that much good character to be kind to people when things are going well. But when you know that things are not going well within you, you recognize that, you stop and recognize it, and you stop to think, okay, I need to control myself. I need to be careful to make sure that my negative energy does not blast off onto other people. That takes character. It takes really great character to be extra kind to people when things are not going well for you, because you recognize that they're human too. They can suffer from the same things that you can suffer from. They can suffer from worse things than you can suffer from. And you say, nobody should have to suffer from this, not me, not you. But if anyone does suffer from it, they should continue to hold their head up and be kind to the world. Be kind to the world. Now, yeah, there are a whole ton of different definitions of good character, a whole ton of different ways in which you can show good character. But I believe that being able to control yourself when things are not going well for you is a great example of good character. Being patient. People talk about patience. It's a great virtue, you know. You're not getting irritable when things are taking longer than you expected. And that's why I always make sure to thank people for their patience. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What does good character mean to you? Resilience, I think, is another component of it. Not melting down in the face of adversity. Keeping calm. This calmness, you know, some people say, oh, it's just a front. You just pretend to be calm. There's a difference between actually being level-headed and, you know, being stable from within. But sometimes you do just need to show that calmness on the outside, even if you're not that calm on the inside. Is it false advertising? Maybe. But other people will still appreciate you for it. Other people will appreciate that you're not running around with your hair on fire, acting like the world is over, and just being a pain in the butt to hang out with. Your friends will appreciate you. Talk about your problems calmly with friends, with therapists, with family members. Don't let it spiral out of control. Get a hold of it, nip it in the bud, and act the same way that you would when things are going your way. When things are not going your way, you should be acting extra kind even. Recognizing the shared humanity that you have with the rest of the world, and recognizing that we all suffer. We all suffer. We all get good things sometimes too, but we all suffer, and we should be kind to each other because we know that we can suffer. That, to me, is an essential component of good character. Let me know what you think in the comments below about my essential component of good character. Please like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the Morris the Merrier, and I look forward to speaking to you in my next video.